In very few landscapes I've ever worked, do we have any landscape where the quality, the natural capital, air, land, and water, and biodiversity is holding its own. As we have more and more people using more and more resources per capita, we're winding these systems down. They're eroding, they're decaying, they're being reduced in quality. Because most of these landscapes are changing at 1.5%, maybe 2% per year. And we struggle to detect that. So if we could just snap our fingers and bring our great-grandparents back to Alberta right now, they would be stunned. They wouldn't believe how much has changed. I'm Brad Stelfox, native Albertan, third generation. My formative years were west of Calgary on a small ranch. Spent a lot of time riding horses and a lot of time hunting and fishing and trapping. Did an undergraduate and PhD degree at the University of Alberta in wildlife ecology. PhD degree took me to East Africa, where I lived for several years in the 1980s. Came back to Canada, worked for the provincial government, and left the government, set up a company that looked at relationships between human land use practices and the environment. And that led to the Alberta Land Use Cumulative Effects Simulator. It's a simulator that is intended to help people understand both the benefits and the liabilities of us being on Earth and doing what we do. By definition, all land uses create benefit without exception. The jobs, the royalties, the rents, maybe the commodities that we produce. And all land uses create liabilities and problems without exception. It's water quality, carbon dynamics, biodiversity, wildlife populations, air quality. So there's no win-win-win scenario. Our addiction to a chronic growth model in a finite world, really all you're doing is trading off natural capital. With every cup of water you drink, or seismic line you cut, or house that you expand, or cut block you log. I remain hopeful. I think we need to find people that recognize their environmental issues and are working so hard to come up with personal, corporate, technological, sociological solutions. But let's not fool ourselves. At the end of every day, whether it's Alberta or Canada or the continent or the globe, these systems are eroding at a stunning rate. And I'd like to bring our granddaughter out here and have her just wander through the forest and get to, sleep on the ground and feel the warmth of the earth and see a white-tailed deer and get wet when it rains and grow her first garden. Living a simple life, trying to obtain your resources locally, like growing your own food, heating and cooling your own home, not only has massive advantages to the environment, but it's really good for you. Makes you feel good, makes you less dependent, much more resilient, I think happier, healthier. Treating Mother Nature and natural capital nice almost invariably makes you a much healthier, happier person. Begin to think beyond just today, but start thinking about maybe the next generation or next 2 or 3 generations.